What's up, unscripted followers? Listen, make sure you like, you share, all of that great stuff. We have another great topic that we're going to talk about today. It is more on business because we're starting to realize, I don't know, we're trying to find our way through this unscripted, you believe? Trying to find our way. And I just believe that people hear us preach all the time.
Yep. If you want to hear something, you can go to New Destiny.
Yeah, you can go to New Destiny for a sermon. You can go on my, sometimes I go live on YouTube where I talk about stuff that inspires women and encourages women. But I'm thinking like this platform, and it really is more based on the business side of us. So it's like you get every side of us, from church to, on our church page, and then on my Tanya Harton band page, you get a lot.
We want to talk about marriage. You can bring me on there. We talk about marriage on your band page. I think what happens is we want to make sure you know what to expect when you come here. Now listen, even though we talk about business, it involves a whole lot. So I don't think, well, if I'm not running a business, I shouldn't show up there. If you're in ministry, if you're in business, if you're in nonprofit, if you in, whatever you're in, we're going to share some tips in life, to make sure that you can apply it anywhere. So if you enjoyed so far, keep rolling with us. But we just want to prepare you. I think the majority of our conversations may, pivot around business. And we are ministry, so you may hear a little speaking in tongues on here.
God, Jesus, on the
we are ministry. You may hear a little, spiritual encouragement. But we definitely want to make sure that we're
learning our way. I would say that I'm excited to say, y'all, we've been doing this for almost 9 months, maybe, Brother Devin. How long we been doing this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But since October.
I want to say something about the piece about we learning our way, because I think we're in a time, and Devin, I think you can agree with this, where everyone want to make sure everything's perfect before they start. And so they don't start until they got it all figured out. They don't start until they got everything. We started with one camera.
Come on here, Glory.
Well, did we have one or two? I think we had two.
One.
We had
two.
One camera. We started with one camera.
One camera.
And we started with, ugly lights. You know what I'm saying? We started with no idea. You know what I'm saying? All we knew is that let's get rolling. Sometimes you waiting for perfection is waiting, too long. You could have been going. So I just say, just start wherever it is. So your word of encouragement, we got another podcast, but your word of encouragement for the day is just start, man.
Yeah.
Who cares? Watch this here. If you start bad, you'll blow their mind as you grow. If you start great, you'll never change. You'll just be great all the time. So if you start bad, just every time you're gonna blow their mind. Man, look, they growing, they getting better. My wife always talk about people she watched and followed, and man, I watched them when they was at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's something. You think your podcast is what they watching. Some folks watching your growth.
Yeah, I would say that I believe that we have a lot of people that kind of rock out with us, and that has watched our growth and watched that, especially if hey, they were homeless. Not homeless necessarily. They were living in their church, and while they're living in their church, I saw them build from the ground up. I saw them lose a lot, but I also saw them gain. And I think some people I respect that.
Me too.
When I see other people, most of the people, my clothes lady that I buy my clothes from, I seen her start in her apartment.
Yeah.
And now she has a warehouse, and she's now moved to New York, and she has another store in New York. Like, I've seen her grow, and I love slow growth.
Me too.
I don't like fast growth, Brother Devin. Fast growth make me nervous.
Yep.
I get scared. Like, how you do that so fast? I think slow growth is where it's at.
It go back to my sermon series that I just got through preaching titled "Roots to Riches." It's something to see all the things you're doing, but it's even better to know I was there at the roots.
Yeah.
I remember. I can really respect them. I can really respect her. I can respect him because I seen them go slowly through the process, and it don't look like a BET video. A BET video means like, is that real? Is that his car? Is that our car? Are they just renting that house? You know what I'm saying? Or did I see them grow it from the bottom up? I think it's something to respect the process and what we come from and who been watching and who know, that this is legit, that this is relatable and transferable.
Yeah.
That they can relate to us and they can transfer it to their life.
Yeah, I totally agree. So today's topic, man, we are super excited. We ain't even shared with Devin yet, but
I did. I told him.
You showed him already?
I told him. Yeah.
But we are excited to share with you, and you may see this way afterwards. But we got a huge So we do a lot of government contracting, okay? And we partner with other people, and we're what you call subs. And we'll talk about that today because I think some people don't understand that. We always say that we work with the best customer in the world, which is the government. And we're going to kind of talk about GovCon, like the power of partnering with the government and the power of doing government contracting. But I'm excited to say that we go after bids, we go after contracts, and we've gotten a lot of contracts, we've gotten a lot of bids, but it's either been with customers,
B2C,
or B2C,
B2B.
or B2B, or we partner with someone that got money from the government, but they subbed us out in order to do the job. And we've done that all over from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. We've been all over doing that, and which is a great benefit, I believe, that has allowed us to
It gave us the rhythm that we needed, the experience we needed. You know.
Yes, and has allowed our company to flourish and give opportunities. And so I'm excited because we went after a bid in our surrounding area in Texas, and we've never won an actual government contract of being a prime. I wish I had some woo right there, man. We won our first prime contractor, meaning that we've won our very first. And shout out to our coach. I'm not saying her name because I don't need nobody going. We're going to introduce y'all to her one day. But shout out to our coach, which is now our business developer, that has allowed us to go after opportunities. But I really want to say this, Devin. I shout out to you, husband, because you put in the work. You put in the work, man, to make it happen. We found out, Brother Devin, we master AI. I can't wait. He's getting ready to do AI with the NDCM family.
Yeah, actually,
really soon.
NDCM. And also, I'm going to preach a sermon series actually starting next Sunday. I'm preaching a sermon series on AI. Man, I was just preparing for it, and I can't wait to share. But but go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, I'm just saying we won our very first. I know some people are like, well, I think you talked to your boy, and he was
and
thinking.
I talked to Devin. Devin thought you thought Devin was already doing government contracting.
Really?
And so theoretically, and that's what we're going to talk about today. What is government contracting? Why is this so important? Why is it so special? So I want you, if you're listening to me, if you're listening to this podcast, if you got the opportunity to, if you can go back and record, I want you to write down one word: scale. I want you to write down the word scale. One thing about me and my wife, we talked about, we want to build a business that is sustainable. We want to build a business that is, what was it?
We want to teach people how to start, how to sustain,
and scale,
how to scale, and then how to sell your business.
And this is the next step from selling. Because
I just got speed. Okay.
So I want to let you know right quick, right? So look at this. I want you to really take this in. I want you to write down the word scale. That's so important because whenever most people start businesses, and I'm always listen. If you're a Caucasian American, if you're Asian American, if you're a Hispanic American, don't take offense. But I'm always going to push my African Americans. Most African Americans start businesses. They start them with great ambition, and most of us start the business with the thought process of, I'm going to leave my job one day. But when they get out there and they start hustling, they cannot fathom the thought of how do I continue working my 9 to 5 and I continue hustling this grind, but this grind not growing.
Right.
It's not growing. It's not scaling. The reason why, because you're doing business with the worst customer in the world. And that's with customers. That's B2C, doing business with,
I ain't gonna say you ain't the worst because we got some B2Cs.
No, they are the worst. But listen, I'm going to tell you why they're the worst, because B2C, when it comes to business, they're not bad people. They're great people. They gave you a chance. They're funding your hustle, your dream, but they're emotional. And whenever you're emotional, if there is something happening in the economy, they're not going to spend the money. If you cut my grass and all of a sudden I lose my job, you're not going to cut my grass anymore. You cut my grass and gas get more expensive. I'm going to go out there and get my own lawnmower so I cut my grass. They're very emotional.
Got it.
So there's a lot I want to talk about today, but I kind of want to kind of gravitate on how we get to government contracting. And so as we started our business, God threw us into some government opportunities, some very great lucrative opportunities that exposed us to some good money, but it was not money.
Yeah.
But
it was some good money though.
It was some good money.
It was good money.
It was good money, but it was somebody else's plate.
Yeah.
And so I had to ask them for the Bible talk about, the crumbs off the table.
Yeah.
I had asked for a crumb, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, you had a great
No,
thought.
I was going to say this. I say that even when we partner with one company, I'm not going to say the name, but when we partner, our very first opportunity in government contracting, we partnered with this company. And so this company was a nonprofit organization. And so with it being a nonprofit organization, it was able to partner with our nonprofit organization. So they had funds that were coming into the nonprofit organization, but once they no longer got the funds, we no longer had work.
Yeah.
And so our destiny was literally in their hand. When we say becoming a prime, what we're saying is that now our destiny is in our hand, because this prime contract is for, I think, a year, but we could get multiple. Now that we know, Brother Devin, that's what get me excited. Now that we know that we can actually win, because we got an opportunity to do one bid and we got second place on our very first bid for government contracting. Yep. And so when we got this one, Brother Devin, they said Hardin Enterprise has won the bid for this six-figure opportunity. Yeah. And I'm like, do you know how many contracts we can go after and that we can get? But it was like a reminder, and I believe it's because we got to the place that our destiny was always in someone else's hand. Even when we got with Ashbury, we were the primes to Ashbury, meaning that we were the first people to get the cut, tier one. So you have what you call tier one, tier two.
Ashbury got the first cut. We got the second cut.
Yeah. You call it tier one, tier two, tier three. Kind of break that down, because some people don't understand what's the different tiers that you're in.
So whenever you get a prime contract, a major prime contract, I almost broke it down street terms. But
hey, you might need to do street terms and then educational terms.
No, I'm not going to do it because it's stereotypical, and I don't want to be stereotypical.
Oh, my bad.
But in the game or in the world of government contracting, let's say, for instance, when we was doing our disaster restoration, debris cleanup, that's where we got our first not real government, long story short, our first massive government subbing opportunity. Ashbury got a contract for the city of Houston, for the whole Harris County, for all of Harris County, to do debris cleanup. Well, they manage this whole thing, so they don't have time to go out there and do their own debris cleanup. So they hire what you call tier one primes. Tier one primes, your job is to go out there and establish a system and hire other people. Harris County going to pay Ashbury. Ashbury's going to spread the money out against all these tier one primes, and all these tier one primes hire all these subs to come under them. And basically we manage the money, they manage the work. Well, luckily we was able to find some workers. We hired ourselves to do some work. But so you got tier one got, the money who pay out, and then tier two may got some more subs, and it kept going down.
Yeah.
So where I may have got paid, let's say equal, let's say it's a solid number, I may got paid $10,000, when I paid out the $10,000, once I paid my expenses, I may have paid out $5,000. And then when they got theirs, they pay out, less. So you sort of the money started watering down.
Yeah.
You like the streets, you know what I'm saying? If you the top, man in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You out there sending people out, you got first cut, everybody else got bottom cut.
The preacher, Devin, it's the pastor.
So, but what I want to talk about this is that, as we started navigating in business, I want to talk about two things real quick, because some people don't understand really what government contracting really is. So when you're dealing with government money, and most of us know about government money because we ask for grants. That's what most people are very familiar with, because where do grants come from? Most grants come from the government.
Right.
They have causes that they have to that they allocate funds to restore communities. So if you have a group that service youth, under privileged youth, well, they have funds that's meant to service underprivileged youth. So what happens is there are two lines of money. So let's talk about this disaster world where we work in. I hope this is not boring. Let me know if I get boring. All right, keep me relevant, because I can get deep in the woods and bring them back, because they'll start logging off.
I think this is informational for that person. And I want to say this. Can I just say this?
Please.
For that person that is watching this, the reason why this is informational, because educational, is because, number one, it's for that person that is saying that I no longer want to. It's not necessary at this point. You're living from check to check, but I want to know how to scale my business to the next level, to where I'm getting multiple opportunities that it will that can eventually make me not just $1 million company or 7-figure company, but now I'm going into more opportunities. And so this is a world that a lot of people live in. You can probably Google on YouTube, government contract, and I promise you a lot of people are talking about this because I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. This is where the money resides.
Yeah.
This is where opportunities.
This is what would take this is what would take you off your job.
Yes, this is what would allow you. Soon as we got the contract, the excitement was not about the actual contract. The first thing I said was like, we can hire
more people.
We can hire this person. We can hire that person. So you find yourself giving other people opportunities that's way bigger than you. So here's the thing: when it comes to government contracting, the reason why, if you want to learn about this is where you are a business owner, but you want to scale your business on the next level. That's the reason for this. So go ahead, husband, educate them.
So the government have top initiatives. You know, they have a lot of some initiatives is to overcome homelessness. Another initiative is to overcome, prisoners going back to prison. They call it recidivism. I can't say it. They try to stop them from going back to prison. They have initiatives of helping
transitional
veterans. Transitional homes. They have initiative of veterans. They have, in economy, how to make the economy better. The government got all kind of initiatives, and all those initiatives run down two roads. One road is a nonprofit road. One road is a for-profit road. So we're going to use the government restoration. This is a huge one, disaster restoration. A lot of people see, glow houses, general land office being built. It's a lot of different things.
Can I pause there? I'm super excited to say our nonprofit organization is partnering with Glow. Actually, August the 1st, I hope this dropped before that, but August the 1st in our community, Glow, they've already helped multiple people fill out applications, partnering with Glow, and they've gotten houses built here in our city because of that, because our nonprofit is partnering with them and to get people to fill out applications for the storm that happened here in our city. That's a big opportunity, but go ahead.
Yeah, and it's really huge. So, but to really understand the money, you got to understand how the money flows. And I don't know if I've ever heard someone explain this like this before, but I thank God I get opportunity to talk to you about it. How the money flows. So the government said, hey, the money that we manage, that's going to be for profit. That means if they have FEMA. FEMA is an agency. You have Texas Department of Transportation is an agency. Texas Department of Criminal Justice is agencies. The money that the government managed, they give them to agencies and they pay that out to for-profit businesses. So FEMA will get a lump sum of money to restore communities from disasters. And then FEMA will give that money to the counties and say, hey, you give contracts out to different companies to come in and restore the community. That's the money that the government, so if it's this line, the government said, we're going to manage this, we're going to put the T's and C's to this, we're going to follow the money all the way down to the last person. Matter of fact, when we got our money, we get a call from Harris County and say, hey, we've got to do an audit on you. Don't let audits scare you. Just be honest, and you can go about audits. Then they say, you know what? That's to do immediate recovery. Now, what you call long-term recovery, they say, you know what, that same money just got split. Some went to for-profit, some went to nonprofit. We said, well, no, we're not going to send the money to agencies because we want to send it to the community. So we're going to send these to foundations. Foundations that's out there that's developed as nonprofit organizations, and we're going to give them money. And we're going to say, hey, take that money, and like we gave it to FEMA, and FEMA distributed it to the counties, we're going to give it to these foundations, and the foundation is going to distribute it to nonprofit organizations who's doing what that money qualifies for. So if you're feeding the hungry, guess what? That foundation say, hey, during this disaster, we're going to give your organization $1 million to set up hubs so these people during this time of storm can come eat. Now, you take that $10,000 and you got to allocate it as a nonprofit and say, part of it's going to go towards, usually, write this number down, 20% of what they give you, you can use for your organization. 80% got to be used to be distributed.
That's good.
So if you got $1 million, that means that 200,000 of that million can go towards your organization.
And it needs to go towards your organization, not to you.
Not to you.
Make that plain.
The moment it go to you, that means that you now are misappropriating the funds, and
because
you would go to
that's
prison.
A nonprofit. Nonprofit don't belong to you; it belong to the streets.
You see this orange wall? right here, that's the color you're gonna be wearing.
I think they wear white, Bishop. I don't think they wear orange. Some of them wear orange. Some of them do. Okay.
Or some of them wear white on the way to orange. but so those funds are there. And watch this here. If you position yourself and you do right, you know what's coming every year? Disasters are coming every year. So while you're still doing your regular organization stuff, every now and then you get a flood of money that comes in from this other organization who's a foundation who know they can trust you, and now they set you up. No different than the for-profit world. We partner with Ashbridge. Ashbridge know we can trust Hard Enterprise. So next time FEMA gives a contract to Harris County hires Ashbridge. Ashbridge gonna say, go find Hard Enterprise, because no matter what, both of them got to spend the money. Whether it's FEMA giving it to Ashbridge, and Ashbridge got to say, I gave this money out. I didn't just keep it for myself, because the government requires them to do so much business with small businesses. They require them. Something you got to look up later, Hub. Historically underused businesses, they transferred now to Vet Hub. And now veterans, if you're a veteran, there's a lot of things, I don't want to get in the weeds of it, but they got to use that money. No different than the nonprofit, they got to use that money and they got to account for it. But you just made $200,000 to put in your organization while you're staffing people to come in, and you're hiring the community to come in to do food trucks, and you paying them to do what they. Now listen, $200,000 go to your organization. You got $800,000 to allocate over this recovery effort to help out these different small businesses in your area that's already doing food truck. And guess what? What if you got a food truck? Now you still got $200,000. You still able to use the money to even pay your food truck because it's a separate business. Right? Is that confusing?
No, you're good.
So now, this is happening all year long. Whether it's housing, whether it's whatever it is, there's different initiatives. Whatever it's job, maybe you have a business that you staffing business, and they have funds that's out there to give jobs where your business can qualify upon a government contract. Whatever you can do, there's a government contract for it. Whether it's for-profit or not, well, keep my right. Whether it's for-profit or non-profit, there are government funds. You got to just position yourself to get it. So long story short, let's back all the way back up. So when we started our company, ironically, we was told from the beginning that, hey, you can start your company and qualify for government contracting, whether it's through Prairie View A&M Bid Academy. Shout out to Prairie View Bid Academy. And so once we started our company, our first opportunity that we received, every opportunity we got was government funds. One day my wife got a phone call from, can I say her name?
Who?
The young lady came for therapy with us.
Oh, yeah.
My wife got a phone call from Miss Kimberly Pruitt. Miss Kimberly Pruitt school, Santa Fe High School, had went through a school shooting, and they had government funds to help that school recover from the horror of what they went through. So they actually hired therapists on campus and all that stuff. And one of the initiatives they had was to really pour into the parents and the kids. And so they actually paid my wife, and then she brought me along to go speak. There was government funds being reallocated for a for-profit business. So at first opportunity we got in 2020, and it come around 2021, we get a phone call from another organization. From all these storms that happened, this county needed a contractor to restore the homes, because this is there's so much I want to say.
No, you're good. I think that's good. Go ahead.
So listen, let's talk about the way the funds work when it comes to a disaster. Whenever a disaster happens, the first thing that comes in is insurance. Insurance comes in, and let's say a tornado hit this, or a hurricane hit this area, the whole Santa City County area, wherever you're at, and it covers 5 or 6 counties. First relief comes in as insurance. Insurance comes in for those people who got insurance. Their house gonna get fixed first. No, cash. The first thing to come in first is the cash paying people. The cash paying people are gonna get some money moving. So if you got a business, if a hurricane come through, you hear up and get out there, because those cash paying people are gonna be ready to pay cash. You knock on their doors. If they got cash in those wealthy neighborhoods, they want their stuff back up now. While the people who don't have the cash is waiting for insurance to come through. So now that's about from a month to 6 weeks, 8 weeks. The insurance is getting processed, all these processes, but now you see the insurance customers get taken care of. During that same time, now FEMA is starting to come in and say, you know what, we have some for-profit money, so let's come in, and cash is done, insurance is done, and now FEMA's coming through, and now they're taking care of some people. Now, once FEMA's gone, Now there's a little money left over, and they give that money over to the foundations. Okay, these people who didn't have insurance, they didn't have cash, and they didn't qualify for FEMA. I want y'all to take this money left over, and I want y'all to go out there, these foundations, and start allocating these funds to get these homes repaired. They call that long-term recovery. They don't want anybody to go without recovery, but you got to wait. If you qualify for that long-term recovery, it's because financially you're not able to live, and our government has money for that. So the first major contract we got were these foundations who needed a contract they could trust that was qualified. When we went to our certain classes, shout out to the Lions Den, we teach the Lions Den, we learn how to qualify to work for those foundations. It's simple. It's not even a lot to do, but you got to do simple things. And that's what the Lions Den is for, to set your business up to be able to qualify to work for those foundations. All they got to be able to do is trust you. Once they trust you, they want to keep porting it to you because there's not very many people out there who qualify. And it's not just construction. We found out.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
I'm tired of talking. Please help me out.
Well, we found out even with we partner with another agency right now called DebtCon, which is in Texas, and so within DebtCon, we've been doing business with them for about 3-4 years, and we do for different people, and so we've done a bunch of homes with them, right? But we found out the other day, Brother Devin, we get a call from them, and they make this statement. Is it okay to say this?
Don't say exactly what it is. Talk around about
yeah,
what it is.
Okay. Yeah. They had these funds that needed to go towards something. They was like, hey, in your area, we have this amount of funds. We want to see if we can partner with you. Now, first of all, we don't do nothing they talking about doing.
At all.
But then we don't know how to do this, whatever you're talking about doing. But guess what? You need to get these funds somewhere. We can hire somebody to get it done. We don't have to get it done, but we can hire somebody. We can put, opportunities out there. And it's so crazy when they told us that, I had 3 or 4 people come to me and say, hey, do y'all do this? And I'm like, okay, Lord, here go another door, another opportunity. And it's far away from what we do, but that's why we build our company as an enterprise and not as a trucking or whatever service is, because we can do any service. But now we can partner with other people.
And the key thing with that, what you got to realize is so when you get into government funds too, government and greedy don't go together.
Ooh.
I want you to make sure you write that down if you're taking notes. Government and greedy don't go together, whether it's greedy in the nonprofit world or even greedy in the for-profit world, because you cannot perform at the level they need you to perform at by yourself. And what happens is when this amount of money comes in, we start thinking, dang, how can I keep it all for myself?
That part.
And that is never going to work.
No.
For you to be a great asset to the government, they need to know that their funds are being distributed, in a certain way. Matter of fact, this contract we just won, they have I can't remember what it's called, but they have a certain pay scale. I got to match that pay scale. And I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But the key thing is, for you to succeed long-term in the government world, you got to make sure that you set up a straight infrastructure to be able to hire people, contract things out, because now they call you resourceful.
Yes.
You
got to know how to allocate the fund. That's what happened with, I'm so grateful for the partnership that we've had with a lot of people, because it also shows that your company can handle a lump sum, a lot of money, that you're able to allocate it and you're not keeping it all for yourself. And I believe that agency that saw in us, man, y'all been working with us for this long. I need this for your county. Your county, we got to spend this money in your county. Why not spend it with you?
Yes.
Because you know how to allocate these funds properly, and you're going to make sure that they're not going to be done misappropriately.
Yeah.
You're not going to misappropriate the funds. And I think that's the part that is one thing that we teach in the Lions Den, is the power of understanding money, but also understanding the power of your certifications. Yeah. Knowing that these certifications, now, Brother Devin, if the government is telling you, get these certifications, they free. That guess what that tell me? You want me to get these certifications so that I can be that I'm a legit company.
Yeah.
You want to
check off all the boxes that qualifies you to be able to do that.
Right.
And if you check off these boxes, okay, that's one less word we got to worry about. And now we can just give you the money. Now, if you have integrity, that's on you.
Right.
But at least we know you had structure.
Right.
they can check structure. They can't check integrity.
And I think with government contract, you got to be okay with the government being in your business. And when I say in your business,
all up in your business.
All in your business. Because not only that, you got to be okay with others being in your business. Because when you have a government contract right now, you can go on what you call the CMBL and you can find Hardin Enterprise on there. You got to be willing for them to open up your stuff and see what you do.
And watch this. Most of us, once again, dealing with our people, will say, you know what, forget that.
I don't want y'all out of my business.
We'll stick with just small dollars because we don't want to qualify for big dollars.
Right.
Because we don't want folks in our business.
Right.
And that's not how it works. I mean, you can continue being a one-man shop, just making hustle. Or you say, you know what, I ain't got nothing to hide.
And I want to say this so bad, and I don't know if it's right to say. Don't say numbers, huh?
No.
Okay, don't do that. But in 1 week, a lot of numbers came through.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
In 1 week, Brother Devin, more money than I've ever seen in my life come through. But we had to allocate that money.
All that money.
Every when I say down to, I'm the CFO of HE. But when it came down to that, sir, I need your help.
Well, we get excited though, man, when we get a chance to pay.
And it was like, Brother Devin, I was writing checks for people. I'm like, dude, we're able to give this and not be responsible, but stewards of
being good stewards.
Yes, to where we're giving this to where this family, we're able to allow people to eat.
Watch this here. I'm gonna tell you a secret, Devin. Listen to this.
Is it wrong to say?
No, I'm
giving opportunity.
I'm gonna give more definition to it, Devin. People get this so twisted. Faith over little,
make you rule.
I make you rule over much.
Oh, that's good.
It didn't say faith over little, I help you store up a much.
Ooh, speak, sir.
So people think if I faith over little, God give me a whole bunch of my storehouse. No, matter of fact, every time we see somebody filling their storehouse, God says, that was dumb, that was stupid. Why would you build up this whole big old barn to store money? Faithful, man, I want to preach in this place. Faith over little, make you rule over much. That means you get a chance to give direction to more.
Oh,
you get a chance to rule more. When I'm ruling much, that means I'm telling it where to go.
Right.
If I can trust you to manage your small money and tell it where to go, I can trust you to manage bigger money and tell it where to go. But if I can't trust you to manage this, guess who was the one that God say, take his stuff from him? The one who buried the talent.
Come on here.
But the one who went out and told it what to do and gave it authority,
it got more.
He said, okay, I can trust you to give you more. The moment you block it and you try to keep it, God said, I'll take it from you.
Yeah.
So what make you profitable in this government sector, God says, can I trust you to distribute? Can I trust you to be a resource?
Yes.
Can I trust you to allocate? Can I trust you to manage? He talked about the good steward because I was stewarder of what God gave me, but also talks about the good manager, the shrewd manager, the one who he couldn't. So what God wants us to do as we grow in business and give more opportunities, it's a trust test along the way.
But you know what I found out too? I look at it like this. The thing with Jesus, most people talk about the 12 disciples, right? But Jesus really had way more disciples than that. It was 12 that was with him. But I believe in the government sector, in the government world, Jesus only could take 3.
Yes.
To the mountain, to the Garden of Gethsemane. Is that where it was?
Yeah. Well, not the Garden of Gethsemane, but
I don't know where it was, but you know what I'm saying.
Mount of Transfiguration.
What he said, I'm not the preacher, he is. So, but he only could take so many.
Yeah.
I believe it's only so many, and I'm not saying that it's 3. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people out here doing government contract that we've been connected to. But here's the thing
that survived.
That have survived, but only so many could do it because you can't handle as much. And I say that to say this. The reason we love this world of government contracting is because it allows you to give back in a bigger way. Y'all, Brother Devin, I keep talking Brother Devin. So we had.
But Devin represents all the people out there on the line.
Yes, yeah. So Brother Devin, this is what I found out. We have a position that became available. It's almost down it's almost down. But we had this position, over 30 some applicants filled it out. Do you know how that made us feel? Like that was 30 people that probably needed a job opportunity. And now that we condensed it down, we know that there's at least 5 that we know that we can hire and be a part of what we're doing. Yep. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
To where it's like, man, we're able to give an opportunity, and it's always a God thing. That's it.
And I want to make sure, I'm sorry, as you're talking, some of these came to mind, I got to make note of, I don't want to forget. But so as we're talking here, We talking about, we won a contract. How this got here? We won a contract, but
man, we won our first government contract.
But how does all this ties into it? Because one leads to the other. So we talked about how the funds were allocated from the hurricane. The insurance got the cash payers paid, the insurance people paid, and then FEMA came in, did their part, and now the funds that were left over, they went out and they allocated them to these foundations. Well, one foundation, they start distributing them amongst what you call long-term recovery groups in different counties. Well, the person who was long-term recovery person here, or the emergency manager here, that was meant to allocate the funds here, was a lady by the name of Judy Eden. Thank God for Judy Eden. And she calls us up one day and say, "Do you have a business? I heard you got a business." And ironically, our business just got through qualifying for a lot of certifications. And we said, yes, this is our second big opportunity. First one was at the school, $500, best $500 we ever made in life, 30 minutes talking on camera. This one here is the lady saying, well, we have funds that have been allocated nonprofit to a foundation. The foundation said they don't know who to trust. They found us. Now they're letting us use nonprofit funds to restore our city. People who couldn't afford it, and they ain't got to pay a dime out their pocket.
Right.
So now we are working for this foundation, qualifying for their funds, learning how that looks, learning how that feels. And that was a step from the one, they were qualified just to get the money. We had W-9s, we had all our accounting system, we had little small things. Now this here's a little bit more. After doing that, God said, now I can trust you faithful with that little, now I can trust you over this. Now we had to be faithful over this, and we made some pretty substantial money over 3 years. We broke $1 million. I'm going to say that we broke $1 million over 3 years. But then after we done that for a while, then God knocks on the door and give us a bigger opportunity. Now we want you to do us, God, because we got our qualifications, which we teach in the Lions Den. Listen, if you want to know how to scale your business, hook up with the Lions Den, come talk to us, do one-on-ones. We don't care. We want to help every business qualify for this stuff because we didn't know. Now we do know. We want everybody to know, but we find out everybody don't want to know. So if you want to know, you got to call us. But anyways, so now we start working with Ashbridge. Big thing, how God gave us a chance, and now we're learning how to manage at a bigger scale.
And they're still our partners today.
They're our partners.
So when they get opportunity, they got us on the list.
Matter of fact, we one of their golden gooses.
Yes.
Because
thank you, Lord.
There are not very many vet hubs out there. Watch this. But every time Santa Fe had to give us their plate, we're going to give you a small piece
of our plate.
Okay. $500.
Come on, make it plain, sir.
And then now, whether it was Hope Disaster calling Sentinel County, and Hope Disaster says, here go a small piece of our plate. And guess what? Santa Fe gave a small piece, and then they just promised a small piece. Hope Disaster and other organizations gave a small piece, and then they took it away. Not for the reason, but they controlled us because we needed their plate to eat. We qualified, we got access, but now here we go, Ashbridge. Ashbridge get going, they got us moving, but guess what? It ran out, they took it away. So now we like, it's like good, but I gotta wait for someone else to bring me their plate. So I can stay, I go from being an employee at GE.
Make it plain, husband.
I go from being an employee at GE where GE can fire me any day, Brother Devin. I walk off my job because I want to take control of my own fate. But yet here I am letting somebody else still employ me one plate at a time. And I got people who trusted me to eat out of.
Oh my God, today.
I'm like mama working at the boss house, able to bring some food home just to feed my kids. The people who's working for us, they trusted me to go get food off other people's plate and bring it to them so they can take it to their house. I'll never forget my mom working at the nursing home, Devin, bringing us ice cream and bringing us stuff from the nursing home just because we can have extra. I feel like I got to go to Ashbridge. I got to go to all these people to get off their plate to bring it to our employees and say, here, this is what I was able to bring y'all to eat. And so now I'm like, as a business owner, I got to stop fishing for guppies. I need a whale that'll feed our responsibilities for a longer time. So we hook up with a business developer who teaches how to go fish in deeper waters. Ooh. Shaka Khan. Because now I can no longer just I've trusted God to get these employees, and now I'm off my job, and I've been crazy enough to trust and get employees. Now I got to be able to feed these employees for a long time. So this was just a test. This is a tease.
Yeah.
This 6-figure contract is a tease. But now we know we can do it. guess what I'm gonna go do? I'm going back to deeper waters.
Yes.
So what this does, I got my own plate now.
Yeah.
Even though the government gave it to me, it's a 1 year plate that I know they're gonna bring us opportunities for 1 year. I went from what they started at the bottom. Now we're not there. We're just here.
Yeah.
But we God, he tested us.
Yeah.
And we fought not to fail.
Right.
Because failure in the kingdom is delay.
Come on.
I didn't want to delay anymore.
Right.
And that's what happens to most of us, Devin. This is what happens when you join on here. You're not just getting the business world, you're getting the spiritual part of the business world. And listen, so many times we don't get what God got for us because we don't show God he can trust us. So we move slow. And we don't develop. But we always say God moves at the speed of our obedience. The more we are obedient, the more we show God he can trust us, the faster he can give us more, not just money, opportunities.
Right.
So we trusted God and we show God he can trust us along the way. So now God said, now I can trust y'all with your own plate. It's a smaller plate than what you probably could have get. Show me what you're going to do with it.
Yeah. Can I trust you to be good stewards of your own now? You got your own plate. This is your well, but I know that there's more wells for you, but I need you to be faithful over this one so that I can give you much more opportunities. And I just believe this because so now we got the contract side of our world, right?
Yes.
And now we've added to where now we're excited to say the Lions Den Small Business is now a nonprofit organization. What does that mean for the Lions Den?
Come on now.
What does that mean for the Lions Den? That means now we're able to go get contracts. I mean, grants. Go get grants. And we went after multiple out of 7 of our business developer. We're now in the ranking for a second part of the contract. So anyway, well, we can also partner with the school and do all this crazy stuff.
My wife, just like she said, she shot proud of me. My wife moved out of her comfort zone, and she did a lot of things that my wife always would. She's an inspirer. And she said, you know what, I'm going to go from being inspired to a operator. And I'm so proud of my wife to see her go and start operating in a nonprofit world. And she's actually going deeper and looking in the documents. And we went out to 3 different grants. But the last grant that she actually put in for, she did all the legwork at it. And the coach told us, we gave this out to all of our different businesses that we're working with. And y'all are the only ones that made it to the second phase of this grant.
Yes.
So I'm really proud of even the things that you're doing over there in this side of the world, because that grant world is going to hire our nonprofit world.
Right.
Come on now. You didn't catch that.
Yeah.
You catch that when you get home.
But it also gives us a chance for the Lions Den, the future for the Lions Den. And we, you don't want, anyway, but the future for the Lions Den gives us the opportunity to partner with our businesses that are in the Lions Den.
Yes.
And that's been my dream from day one, to be able to partner with those that are in the Lions Den, but they have to have requirements. And so now we got work to do.
Hey,
they got work to do. What?
That one grant we went up for, that first one, that big one, that's actually for highway. We now got a contract that can tell them that we can qualify to teach kids how to work on the highway.
That part today.
If we didn't get that, we didn't qualify.
Right.
Y'all got to catch up. Catch up with us next time. I'm sorry.
I love it. But I say that now it allows you with the nonprofit to be able to partner and with us, because we are Lions Den Small Business Community Nonprofit Corporation now. And being that, we're able to partner with other businesses. And so that makes it even more powerful because we can go after more grants and just giving opportunities. It's not like we're doing too much.
No.
We're doing just enough that works for us. So when it comes to this GovCon thing, it's huge.
Yeah.
And it's big opportunities. We learned it. I saw it online. I saw a young lady talking about it, which is now our coach, back in 2021. And I followed her for about 2-3 years.
We was introduced to
by Bid Academy. But then I found her online.
Live walking.
Because Bid Academy, even though they were teaching us, we met people that were in there that were doing it. But I started watching her, following her online, and we've been connected to her ever since. And now she's a part of our team. Yeah. And I just knew it. I knew it was going to happen. I'm like, I knew she's going to be a part of what we're doing because she didn't got $1 million contracts. And now she's teaching us to do what she's doing so we can do it for our community. And that's the part I'm excited about.
You know, if there's a more to this whole entire story, man, is that, I would tell you, number one, start. That's what we did. It's so funny we talking about the podcast in the beginning, but that's truly, we just got to start doing what you feel in your heart that you got to do. And then once you start, be willing to scale. We scaled. Watch this. Y'all don't know, man. I just feel my shot. No. We started, we be willing to scale, but to scale, there are certain boundaries you got to break. You got to be willing to break those boundaries, because those boundaries that you break is going to qualify you to operate at the next level. Don't say, well, I don't want to get bank account. Don't say I want to get insurance. Don't say I don't want to hire, because when you get here and you get ready to scale, there's things to scale. Means, how do I be able to do this in multiples? I've done it with one, but for me to, if I'm able to cut 10 yards by myself, but if I'm gonna get off my job, I got to be able to cut 100 yards. I mean, if I'm cut 10 yards by myself, and if I got to get off my job, I got to cut 100 yards. That means I got to hire 10 more people. Now I just scaled at a multiple of 10. Now I got enough to pay other people. But listen, but you broke that boundary. For you to break that boundary, get to the next level, you got to do what you never done. But when you do what you never done, now you're going to get to a level you never been. And guess what? When you operate there for a while, you got to be able to scale again. So you start, you scale. Then we learn how to sustain. We're not trying to sustain right now.
Yeah.
And the more,
but you got to be willing to invest. I want to say that.
Yes.
As a business owner, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. And it can't, the more you invest, the more you learn.
Yes.
It is totally up to you. And speaking of investment, Lions Den is a great investment.
Great investment.
Lions Den, we got some stuff that's coming up. That's going to be some challenges that we're going to do, because some people are asking for one-on-one. They really don't want the group sessions. Cool, yeah. No problem. We're making something available.
If you want to say, you know what, I don't want to be part of a community, I just want y'all to coach me one-on-one. The price is going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means that we're going to be setting you to the side and we're going to send you off and come back. It's going to be different, but we will invest in you one-on-one. It's going to be able to, we're going to take you to another level. But if you want a community, we got a community. But I'm sorry, I just jumped right in there.
No, you're dead serious. So call 936-653-4526 and set up option one and set up a consultation with us. Yeah. And they'll set you guys up and have you do a one-on-one with us. But that's like that's a cost.
Let me say this. This is not a bait and switch. Some people watch podcasts and right. You think, y'all said all that just so you, no. Listen,
that was not the plan.
God is taking us a long ways. And I hope you saw the sincerity of our discussion. But one thing about it, we believe in the power of the biblical law. Too much is given, much is required. And give, and it should be given unto you. So what we want to do, we want to make sure that God has blessed us, we want to bless others. And if God gave it to us, we want to make sure we give it to others, because I believe God can give us more. So this is not a bait and switch. This is hey, God brought us this far, and if you want to get to where we are further, because we don't mind people passing us up, but we're going to put a piece of rope on your truck, and you're going to pull us along with you.
Right.
But let's be real with yourself. You didn't heard so many people who didn't gave all these things, and you didn't pay into all these people, but they didn't show you no fruit. They didn't show you no roots.
That's good.
We show you the root, and we show you the fruit. And I promise you that we can't promise you success. We can't promise you information. We give you all the information we got. What you do with the information, that's up to you. Now, I'm not going to give you information and then make it happen for you. That's a different cost. That's a whole different cost. But at the end of the day, I want you to know that we believe in you, and God brought us this far. He brought us from nothing. When we got our first government call, we were homeless, living in our church. The first government call. So God didn't need someone to be successful to use. Matter of fact, He'd rather you be unsuccessful. He'd rather you be so frustrated, because now you're flexible. It's the unfrustrated folks who's not flexible. So I think that's all I have for today.
Okay. Listen, we thank you guys for rocking out. I hope this information was educational. GovCon, government contracting, has changed our life tremendously. Even we were subs and subbing under other people, even when we partner with agencies, has been absolutely amazing. My prayer, I pray we become an agent. No, let me just.
No.
I pray we do, but we're becoming an agency. I just pray that happens.
We're becoming an agency and a foundation.
And a foundation, yep. I definitely agree. But more to come. Like, we're excited about this. We won our very first Prime government contract. And I believe it's more to come. The more we learn, the more we're going to grow. And it was exciting to hear on that big call that we won. And thank you, Lord, for this opportunity that we prayed for. The life that we're living, we pray for this.
Yeah.
And I see God moving. And I heard, what's the name say this? Oprah Winfrey. that I am living the dream that God dreamed for me.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. So I'm excited.
It's a nightmare sometimes, though.
Throw that in there.
But we love y'all so much. God bless y'all. Listen, we always say this in the Lions Den, and I'm going to say it today because I think it's fitting for those out there who really think that this is for them. As we exit today, I say happy hunting.
Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Stay blessed.